an American spy who entered India disguised as a business, has now been exposed, and it was exposed by none other than the people of India. This spy, which calls itself Starlink, is not just an internet company. It's a web, a dangerous threat to your life, to my life, and to the entire nation of India. If it's not stopped right now, it will slowly hollow out our security, our freedom, and our national sovereignty from within. And this is the real issue of today's video. Once again, welcome to the channel. We're talking about a network built with over $25 billion in investments, a constellation of more than 7,200 satellites covering every inch of Earth's surface, a system capable of tracking troop movements in real time across the globe, a service trusted by militaries around the world for navigation and communication, and above all, a company whose owner once threatened to shut down services in a war zone and casually referred to the foreign minister of a sovereign nation as a little man. So here's the real question. Is this just a private tech company? Or has Starlink crossed the line from a commercial satellite service to becoming a covered government agent? Or was a global surveillance tool that pretends to offer internet services at a fee, but in disguise is designed as a weapon of its secret master? Let us understand this in detail. Starlink projects itself as a provider of high-speed internet to remote and rural areas, especially places where traditional broadband fails. But does an ISP really need a military-grade global communications grid owned and controlled by a single private entity? Starlink is not just in the business of beaming YouTube videos or WhatsApp calls. It offers low-latency, encrypted communication, powerful enough to guide missiles, coordinate troop movements, and even operate military drones in real time. In fact, the US Department of Defense has already signed contracts with SpaceX to use Starlink for battlefield communications. And here's where it gets deeper. Starlink's reach isn't limited to a few remote villages. It's now active in over 60 countries, with plans to cover every inch of the Earth's landscape, including India. Beware. And remember this, when the Russia-Ukraine war broke out, Starlink was activated within hours, making a loud and clear statement about its true capabilities and about where its loyalties lie. It was a moment of truth, announcing to the world that this is not just a civilian service. This is a military-grade network, always on standby, as ready as the troops on the ground, waiting to be triggered at the press of a button. All it needed was its pound of flesh and the nod of its godfather. So now the question is, what is so special about India that Starlink is so eager to come here? Why India? Even a toddler in India wouldn't believe that Starlink wants to enter the country just to provide internet to rural areas. Let's be honest, the average Indian consumer, especially in villages, isn't exactly a high-paying customer. And when data is already available at just 25% of what Starlink would charge, the math doesn't add up. Major players like Jio, Airtel, and Vodafone are already covering nearly 100% of India's landscape. So where's the scope for a player like Starlink? Is the billionaire really happy collecting small pennies from the Indian countryside? Or is he chasing something far bigger, something that you and I are not supposed to see? Maybe Starlink won't spell it out, but for any nation-loving Indian, it's too obvious to ignore. Think about this. If Starlink has nothing to gain in India, why is it playing every dirty trick in the book to force its way in? Lobbyists, media manipulation, political pressure, and what not? And now consider this. A country with over 1 billion people, one of the world's largest arms importers, a rapidly modernizing military, a tight fusion of infrastructure, defense, and tech, and above all, a country that's geopolitically crucial. Both the East and the West are watching India closely. Now imagine this. A foreign company sets up a military-grade satellite network right above our skies, poses as a harmless internet provider, monitors strategic activity, not just in India, but across our neighbors, our allies, and even our rivals. And does it all with zero investment on the ground. No boots, no towers, no wires, no accountability, just total control without spending a dime. Contracts with Jio and Airtel being sealed means Starlink is coming to India. By now, it's clear that Starlink will have two markets in India. First, the end user, and the government and military, which will likely be Starlink's main focus given its strategic connections. Just by providing services to the proclaimed end-user market, Starlink can do a lot of damage to the Indian telecom industry and not follow alien regulations followed by all telecom operators in India. It will bypass all Indian telecom regulations. It will evade surveillance by Indian intelligence agencies and will sidestep local data protection laws. It will also monitor personal communications impacting politicians, business people, social activists, journalists, and other influential figures. Remember Pegasus, the notorious NSO Group software that was used to monitor activities, conversations, and real-time location of activists, politicians, lawyers. Over 100 people in India were monitored. Starlink can also track your location in real time and potentially share it with friendly agencies or countries to do the needful. It will also compile sensitive information on corporates, media houses, lawyers, and more. In short, Starlink isn't just about faster internet. It has the potential to spread the hidden agenda of its masters and even stoke anti-government movements, which in extreme cases could lead to regime change. So if you thought it was just internet, think again. America, through this private tech enterprise, is building a long-term, deadly, and dangerously strategic weapon capable of creating havoc in a largely peaceful country like India. Now, let's uncover Starlink's real agenda, the true face of Starlink, and why it's so desperate to enter India that the US president had to intervene. Remember when Trump told PM Modi, "You're buying too much crude oil from Venezuela?" And just days later, Jio signed a contract with Starlink. This isn't just business. It reveals the real power behind Starlink. Once it enters India, just a few phone calls and strict top-down messages from the highest levels of the US government will be enough to tighten the grip. These tactics are designed to pressure India's power brokers, figures like Mota Bhai or the NSA, who know exactly how the Indian government really operates. Imagine how many more skeletons are yet to drop out of the closet. So what traps will Starlink deploy in its bid to penetrate the Indian armed forces? While it will employ every tactic in its playbook, its centerpiece strategy will be seduction through instant technological superiority, offering irresistible quantum leaps in capability to eclipse our indigenous systems. 1. High-speed, low-latency communications, enabling rapid, real-time data exchange in critical situations. 2. Secure, encrypted communication channels, offering what appears to be robust protection, yet potentially exposing sensitive information to external influence. 3. Mobile connectivity for field operations, ensuring troops in remote or dynamic environments remain connected at all times. 4. Real-time intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance (ISR), providing instant access to high-resolution imagery and live surveillance data. 5. Backup and redundant communication networks, serving as a fail-safe system that could replace or bypass regulated networks during crisis. 6. Command and control system integration, seamlessly merging with existing military communication systems, potentially creating covered backdoors. 7. Support for autonomous systems, empowering unmanned drones and remote systems that can be strategically controlled. 8. Rapid deployment and scalability, offering the agility to quickly expand operations without significant on-ground investment. And above all, the ability to rapidly expand operations without heavy ground investment. This is Starlink's real strength. And until now, we've kept thinking that Starlink is just an internet service. But when it holds so many weapons in its hands, it won't just serve the military. Rather, it will begin establishing control over it. These aren't just services. These are tools of control, cleverly hidden behind the veil of innovation. Every single service, if misused, can seriously endanger the freedom and integrity of India's armed forces. All these capabilities are weapons hidden in Starlink's arsenal, each so deadly that if activated, could shake the foundations of the nation's security. Politicians may be easy to influence, but the real sentinels are our armed forces. And at this very turning point, their steadfastness is extremely crucial. If there's ever any attempt to breach our military's communication systems, in the name of connectivity, it must be said clearly. Starlink is not welcome in the Indian Armed Forces. Our national security is not a bargaining chip, and our defense establishment itself must raise that voice. That can sound the warning in time. Now is the time to ask ourselves this question. Will we mortgage our strategic freedom to the allure of faster internet? No matter how tempting new technology and modernity may be, India's armed forces, in the most adverse circumstances, know how to work with whatever they have. And if they get proper financial support, they can develop any technology themselves. When every single byte of data can change the balance of power, then the price of convenience could be our national sovereignty. Now is the time to stay alert, because if the enemy ever gains, listening post in our defense system, whispers can gradually turn into screams. By now, you must have gotten answers to your questions. Is America turning Starlink into a weapon? Or is Starlink just internet? Or a spy trap? And remember, in today's world, to infiltrate a nation's defense system or weave an espionage web, you don't need soldiers crossing borders. Just one satellite contract is enough. Let powerful people like Elon Musk and America know that beyond India's borders stands a quiet but extremely dangerous iron shield, one that can turn every evil eye cast toward India into ashes. We hope you liked the video. Many more informative videos are coming soon. To stay connected, do subscribe the channel. Also, if you would like us to bring to you any specific subject or topic, we will be happy to research it and present before you. Just let us know in the comments. The comment box is open. Or feel free to email us at the address in the description. Like and share this video. Help us spread the word. See you soon. Bye for now.